What's up and good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video. We are unfortunately at that time of the year where number one, the weather shit. I mean, we've made it to November and yesterday was an 80-degree day. I mean, that's perfect for me. I know some of you guys like seasons, some of you guys like winter time. I'll take warm weather, sunshine all year round. That's ideal for me. But unfortunately, we got a time change out here now. So that means at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, it starts to get dark. That I absolutely hate. And then that way, sky's looking pretty good, but that way, looks like a storm's rolling in. And in a couple of days here, we're supposed to have like a pretty big downpouring of rain. But now that SEMA's over, we can get back onto some ranch projects. We've got the horse, of course, coming with us over here. We are going to be working up at the goat pens today. Gotta say, the shed is working out beautifully. You know, being able to back the truck up right to it now to grab my Milwaukee pack house or whatever tools I need. Throw them in the bed of the truck. We'll take those up to the goat pens. We do still have the spits lift in the bed of the truck, as well as some feeders that I bought. I don't know if these are gonna work for the goats. These are actually smaller than I had anticipated. We'll talk more about these once we get up there, but hopefully those do work. Now, we don't need a ton of tools today, but we'll grab my main pack out that has all my drill bits and accessories. Then we'll grab us a Hercules impact. What else are we gonna need? So obviously running the ranch, running multiple businesses, it's a lot of freaking work. And really the only way we can pull it off is with help. So for those of you that don't know, we actually do have help that comes out in the mornings and in the evenings to help out with the ranch animals. And mainly the most important thing in the evenings is that the goats get locked up. Obviously, when we first moved in, the goats didn't get locked up. It was just like a big free roam ranch, but the coyotes became a problem. So we have to lock the goats up at night. You know, during the day, the coyotes that come through never mess with the goats, but at nighttime, it's a whole nother ballgame. So again, we're lucky enough to have neighbors that do come help us out. Now the night crew are kids. And unfortunately, there's been a time where the goat pen either was left slightly unlocked, or like last night I came home, the goat pen wasn't fully latched and one of the goats was able to kind of push her way out. Thankfully, you know, nothing bad happened or anything like that, but I just really want to prevent that from happening. And I kind of want to make this like a fail-safe area over here. And you can see in the past, I had just like a regular gate latch right here, and I've actually spring-loaded this door, so it will close on its own. However, you can see my little self-tappers that I had in there failed, so that's not doing us any good. So really, if you don't latch the door, the spring will actually pull the thing open itself. So at one point, we actually had this as one big pen. This divider wall was taken out. But then when we had the baby goat, we didn't want him to get trampled by all the other goats. So we actually kept him and his mom separate over here. But now that he is grown, and you can see that's him right there with his mom. I mean, he's growing fast. Look at this guy. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up? Hello. I know you guys think there's food. We're not ready for food. Oh, well, I mean, you're well trained. Look at that. They all think it's dinner time. They're just gonna walk right on in. Y'all are gonna have to go. I gotta clean this up, man. You guys make a freaking mess. I feel like you hold your poop all day till you get in there. But you can see we got what, 7 goats in this area alone. And now again, all they do is sleep in here. They free roam all day long. But I want to open this back up and make it nice and wide for them again. So we're going to pull out that center divider wall. Hello, baby. So we're going to pull that divider wall out. We're going to make a couple modifications to this door. Hopefully make sure it always self-closes itself, if that makes sense. Self-close, whatever. We're going to fix that latch. We're going to put a door stop in, because I think that was the big problem, is this thing would swing with all of its might. And then because there was nothing on the backside here to stop it, it would just swing past and then eventually tore out those self-tappers. These self-tappers on this side are holding just fine, so I think we're good there. Again, we obviously have to clean this whole area out, and then these guys are gnarly. Anything you put in here that's on the ground to feed them in, they will end up jumping in, pooping in, and sleeping in. So those little feeders you got there that I'm now looking at are not going to fit in between these little, maybe they will, actually. They might fit in between those little slots. I'm hoping to get some feeders up off the ground. Those are smaller feeders than I had imagined, but it's all I can get on short notice without ordering something online. Yeah, you want to say hi to the camera? You're real interested in that camera, huh? Oh, you're all real interested in the camera. Hello. You're all very friendly goats. Oh, and then of course, the donkeys hear some commotion over here near the food stalls. I think everybody's getting fed. Y'all, I know you guys are very well trained, but we need you out of there. All right, I guess you guys can help me. Let's pull this center divider wall out first. Just get this up out the way. As you can see, any container, they will step in, stand in, pee in, poop in. Mainly, they just like to sleep in those things. What, you gonna help me? Here you go, untie it. You got that? This will work. What are y'all, y'all just exploring right now? You guys are about to seriously be in the way. This panel fits like almost exactly in here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Tie this up so none of the animals knock it over on themselves. Now let's do some real work. So I'm gonna go find a 2x4. I'm gonna screw it onto here. That's gonna act as my door stop. And then we'll just fix that latch up and we should be good. Y'all just love exploring, huh? There ain't nothing new. You really think something's in there? Let's see what we got. Actually, this little 2x3 right here, or used to be a 2x4. This actually might be perfect. It's a little skinnier. All right, so we're just gonna trim this down, and then we're gonna try self-tappers again. I think they'll work on this, no problem. We'll put a bunch of them in there. Now, while these goats can get pretty rambunctious, they're very well behaved for goats. Let's see. We'll cut it about right there. There's no way that was a charged battery, I thought. There we go. So I got us some number 12 by 2 inch self-tappers. That should be enough through there to bite. Hopefully I got the right hex driver head for this thing. This one looks too big. I'm gonna be missing the only one I need. That is usually how that goes. There we go, 3/8. Is it 3/8? Nope, it's 5/16. I don't have a 5/16. I got a quarter. Where did my 5/16 go? That's super annoying. When I was actually buying these, I was like, maybe I should get ones that actually have a Phillips head in them too, just in case I don't have the hex head for it. And I didn't listen to myself. And now here I am without the proper hex head that hopefully just made its way into another part of my box, but I doubt it. We're gonna skip that step and let's move over to next step, which is through bolting the latch on the gate. So let's see, it'll be a little bit. That'll work right there. 1/4 inch. Grab us a drill. Oh yeah, that's a size difference there. Why is this on hammer? Hopefully this is long enough. Is this 2 inch? Oh, good. It's 1.5. Perfect. Oh no. No. Oh, nothing's gonna work right today. Sick. That's 2 inch. I definitely thought this was 1.5. Cool. You know, y'all, it's one of those things where you're like, I'm gonna do everything to make sure I'm fully prepared. And well, clearly that failed today. Let's check our next success or failure and see if our little goat feeding things are gonna work. Let's see, I don't know what the right height is. Does that fit? Sick, that does not fit. Like, who designed this? These ones fit. Why were they not all this size? Again, these guys all free range all day, so they're eating all day long. This is just like a little bit of a snack at night that we give them. So it really helps motivate them to come to their pen at night. Let me go grab a saw. We'll cut this. We're gonna make it work. We gotta go down to the house anyway and see if we got a 5/16. Ah, hex bit. Just caught Walter over here licking my truck. I don't know if it's just Walter or if it's cows, but that guy loves to lick equipment. He loves to lick my tractor. I'm guessing this is some of his drool right here on the side of the truck there. Oh, he was licking the Baja Designs logo. I think we're gonna be able to get half or 3/4 of what I need to do done today. So I got my Quinn set here from Harbor Freight, so we'll just grab a 5/16 socket out of here with an adapter to go into the impact. At least we'll be able to get our doorstop in today, and then with our Sawzall, hopefully trim this down. Now I love self-tappers. I really don't love self-tappers, so I'm actually gonna pre-drill with a smaller drill bit. It's a pretty short drill bit. I don't know if that's gonna quite work for what we need. Is that longer? No. I think drill bits are so short. So we gotta make sure that when this closes, we can still latch there. Oh yeah, drill bit didn't even reach. All right, y'all, I don't know what's going on today, but nothing's really cooperating. So none of these want to bite. That's why I like pre-drilling, to give that like a little head start. But I don't have a drill bit long enough that's skinny enough that's not going to blow those threads out. That one won't bite. That one broke off a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I've even like started them, pulled it back out, put a fresh one in, you know, to try to use a fresh cutting tip, but things just are not cooperating today. Battery died. This is fun. Love this. Love this. Is this even gonna latch still? Well, after what was much more of a battle than it needed to be, we got a few self-tappers in there. She's solid. She's not going anywhere. Again, it's not like this is even gonna be functional today because, well, we need these longer latch bolts there, but hey, it's a start. Now we're gonna go modify these little feeders and see if we can make these fit. We're gonna try it with one here because these are about 50 bucks a piece. And if I can return one because this didn't work, then we'll return it. Oh, the donkeys have invaded the goat pen. They'll get out of there if you give them a little holler. Go! Go! It's that easy. There we go. Not bad, not bad. One piece down. Not only are these the wrong size, but the spacing is also weird. And it doesn't quite fit like I would like it to, so you kind of got to fudge it. But let's see, we did a little modification. Is it gonna work? Kind of got to squeeze those in. Those should go in. And these ones need a little shifting. I'm not super stoked on that, but maybe. No, there's no way. The goats are gonna destroy that. We could always put some self-tappers in there because we're so good at those today. So the goats, again, they will jump on things. They get crazy. The reason I bought 2 of these is so I can like spread the goats out a little bit so they're not all jumping on each other because they get really excited for food. I got an idea. Let's see if this works. So I've got all these useless self-tappers now because, well, yeah, they're kind of doo-doo. But if we drill the hole just about the same size, there's a chance these will thread. And we can use these because also we need shorter ones because, well, we're going into 2-inch and these are 2-inch. I don't know if they measure from the actual self-tapper portion. I would assume that entire length is 2-inch. It's got to be pretty close. So if we are missing that tip, these might be the right length. Eventually, I think I'm going to get a standalone feeder, but one of those ones with a V bottom to where hopefully they don't want to sit in there and hang out in there. Okay, let's see if we can get one of these to bite. Okay, that wasn't bad. We should probably put a big old washer on there, but I don't currently have any. And yes, this is supposed to be more horizontal, but I think with it bending down like this, the bottom rests against here and it's less pressure that the goats can actually put on it and break it. Oh, sick. Yeah, we like when that happens. There we go. I really don't want to modify 2 right now. Let's see if this works. For now, though, we got to clean this pen out, so let's get everything out of the way. pretty much cleaned up on that side. This side was really not too bad, and I don't want to put a bunch of new straw down because the straw still got some life left in it. So we got a bunch of straw down, that way they have somewhere nice and warm to lay. Again, I know this old dog kennel is on its last leg, but the goats love laying and stuff like that, so I'm gonna leave it for them. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, got 5 spots to lay. That way if they feel like they got to get inside somewhere or lay inside something, again, they really do like laying in these water troughs or these feed troughs, so we leave them in here for that. They're having a blast over here in this jungle gym exploring the stall next door, but let's grab them a little bit of food here, and let's see how crazy this is about to get. Donkeys, y'all have been waiting very patiently. I'll give you guys a little bit of hay here for being so good. Here we go. Oh, of course, Big Walt gonna muscle his way in. We'll get you a pile, Big Walt. There you go, buddy. We'll get you a pile. Donkey's a pile. Willie, where'd you go, buddy? There you go. So they will bully Willie. So we gotta make sure. Come on, Willie. You gotta get your own pile. We'll get it before the other ones come. There we go. Get some for you. We'll get some for you. I know. And again, same thing with the donkeys. They honestly eat all day long, but give them a little nightcap here. Is that good, buddy? You happy? Yeah, tear it up, tear it up. Oh, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Here we go. Get ready for chaos. As soon as the goats know what we're going for here. This is what gets them all excited. What do we got, Bubs? All right. I don't think this feeder's gonna be big enough for everybody, but it'll be, jeez. It's big enough for some of you. I mean, this is kind of the most behaved you guys have been. I feel like we're missing one. Oh, we got the tiniest little nibbles. Meanwhile, we got these crazies over here. I think 2 feeders is actually gonna work. I might just go modify that other one right now. Oh, Bubs is muscling everybody out of the way. What happened, Buttercups? Did he push you out of the way? Yeah, I knew you were gonna find the rest of it. See if our auto closing gate works. That's pretty good. Now again, once we get that latch, it'll self-latch. That way, should anybody accidentally forget to close this, at least like that portion of it is latched itself. And then we've got the big latch, obviously. Chicken food. Slash the guinea hens like this. A little crumble. A little bit of scratch in there too. I got some food for you and the chickens. Come on, y'all. You guys still got plenty of food. You guys still got a lot of food here. Alrighty, guys. I figure since we're already up here, let's just modify this other one. That one actually worked out well. Now again, we got to see how long this actually holds up. With these crazy goats jumping up and down on these things, we'll see if they end up breaking those tabs off. They're pretty strong tabs, and it's kind of in a spot where they're not going to want to jump. It's low enough that I don't think they're really going to fight it. Okay, well, it seems like the goats are happier. Oh, Willie, I didn't mean to scare you off there, buddy. Goats are happier. They've got this full area now to kind of hang around in, and then apparently it's all brand new to them, even though they were in here just not that long ago. So they've got some exploring to do. Again, it's getting a little bit dark, so tomorrow I guess we pick up the right bolts and hopefully close that out, because I feel like an idiot for this not working out today. Alrighty, guys, now a new day is upon us. And speaking about help that we get out at the ranch, we actually have our farrier who just showed up to give the donkeys all a nice little pedicure today. Good, Rob, how you doing?
Okay.
That's good. You know you're next. Wanna say hi? Are you trying to let yourself out? That's why we use the chain. Well, as you can probably see behind me, the weather has shifted. Now, according to the news, like a day ago, this was gonna be some catastrophic storm. We're gonna get 7 inches of rain in like a day, which out here, that's a freaking ton of rain. But the news loves shock factor. The next day, they're like, well, it might be like 2 to 4 inches spread out over a couple of days. You never know. I feel like in my next life, I'm just gonna be a weather forecaster because it's the only job you can be wrong all the time and still keep your job. So now we're gonna shift a little bit. I did get the right bolts, so we're gonna go finish the goat pen. Then we gotta batten down the hatches a little bit, so all things like all of our clays for our clay thrower for trap shooting, those gotta go inside the garage because we don't want those to get wet. Those things will start to get all jacked up. I'm back. What's up, McGrath? What's up, buddy? Oh, and if y'all would do me a favor, go follow our farrier. He makes YouTube videos about well, doing horseshoeing and farrier stuff and all of that. And he has put in a ton of work and has stayed consistent, which a lot of people don't do. He's managed to get to 1,000 subscribers, which is rad. That's really hard to do. If you guys have tried it, you know. But if you can, do me a favor, just go give him a little subscribe, give him a little motivation to keep posting YouTube videos. Is that still not, or is this the original? No? It's gotta be the original. There we go. Or is that a 2.5? Oh, I'm glad I got 3s. Come on, there. How's that a... Wait a second. You're gonna tell me that's too short. And that's a 2.5? These must have been 2s. Yep. I grabbed them out of the 2.5 bin, but they're definitely 2s if that's a 3. Or that's a 3.5. I don't know. I really didn't want it to stick out. I guess I can cut that later, but I didn't want it to stick out too far because, well, number one, there's a big reason. That sucks. I'm telling you guys, it's always the smallest, stupidest little projects that turn into something they shouldn't be, or more than they should be. But hey, let's bring a little pumpkin up here for the donkeys to have some fun and eat. Oh, the goats have spotted the pumpkin. Let's get this sticker off here. Oh, you guys want to, you better go quick if you want first dibs at it. Didn't really open like I hoped. It's not a soccer ball. Okay, it's gonna roll all the way down the hill. Yep, we're not catching that with one hand. Jeez, almost took out my gate. All right, let's try again. Let's try again. There we go. Better get to it quick before the donkeys see it. Get in there. Hurry. And here come the big old donkey. Jeez. He took a monster bite out of that. Don't kick me. Let's throw that over to the goats. Why is that at a weird angle? We gotta bend that down. Okay, this is interesting. Wherever we're hitting, right there, okay. Let's still be hitting up here. Good. It's better. It's better. Alrighty, y'all. We are working pretty reliably now. Let's see. Perfect. Now, obviously, that's just an accessory latch to the main latch. Okay, now that the goat pen is all figured out, let's fire up the Mini X, because if this rainstorm is coming, the channel members saw the last time we went out and worked on the road, there are some areas that are drainage issues that it's not super easy to kind of cut them in with like the bucket on the tractor because it's so wide, and I just want like a small canal. So we're gonna take the excavator out there. It's gonna take a hot minute to track all the way over where we need to track, but it's gonna be a lot easier to do it right now before the road gets all super slushy. Love this thing. And so our long journey begins. This is like the one instance I can see where a backhoe would, well, I guess there's a few instances where a backhoe would come in handy. I just need a wheeled excavator. Check this out, y'all. Don't know if this fell off somebody's truck or we got a little sabotage going on over here, but we got some racks of some nails. Some hefty ones right there. Those are definitely some tire poppers. We gotta get those picked up. That's wild. It's like right in line with where the tire tracks go too. No bueno. All right, so first spot, I cleared this one out recently at the last rainstorm, but we just want to make sure, we're just gonna push it down a little bit that the water can run out of here. And again, all we're trying to do is prevent puddling up on the road, because the more puddles that are here, the more the road gets beat up and destroyed. So as long as we got a spot for the water to go down, it all kind of hits right here, goes out that way, we should be good. Let's take it out a little bit further. Just a little bit. lightly scraping, pushing backwards. Don't need to take a whole scoop out of here on this part. There we go. That'll work. This one's not really the big important one. We're going to that one next. Alrighty guys, so this is the most important stretch of the road right here, and this will puddle up like crazy. A long time ago, I kind of cut this ditch in. So there is a culvert pipe right here. There's a couple culvert pipes because you can only pitch the road so far that way. We just don't have the material to do it. And on that side of the road is where the phone line runs for all the houses that are down that way. So we can't really dig that side of the road down anymore. So at some point in the history of this giant ranch property area out here, culvert pipes were put in underneath the road. So there is a culvert pipe down there. However, the water just wasn't making its way over to here. So I cut this in maybe a year or two ago, and it's doing a really good job. However, as this road gets graded, sometimes you can see this little kind of mound that's been built up, keeps the water from going that way. And last time it rained, the water wasn't really draining too well. So I just basically came in here with a tractor and ran the tire through here a few times because it's just so slushy. There's not much you can do. You're not gonna be able to shape it. So I just did that as like an emergency, but you can see the dirt gets a little bit higher right here, whereas we need a nice gentle slope to get it all the way down to this culvert pipe. So that's where the excavator really comes into play, because I don't want to do obviously the width of the bucket on the tractor, which I think is almost 5 feet or whatever it is. We want just something nice and small. We're not disrupting too much, keeping it clean. Make sure it all wants to come this way. We'll obviously pull all that loose stuff out. But in this section of the road, in the center right there, there's so much river rock, and we've basically taken all of the expendable layer of dirt that we can actually regrade. That's all missed, that's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. So now if you try to grade this out, you just hit river rock, so you can't really take this down. We almost just need to bring in a crap ton more material, which is insanely time consuming and expensive to do. Alrighty guys, ain't the prettiest. We'll clean this up a little bit, get that little tumbleweed out of there, but we now have fall all the way down to that culvert pipe. These are big culvert pipes. They're like 36 inch. I think if we come over to this side, we might be able to see it. Over here, this is another little relief area for the water to get off the road, but yeah, maybe, yeah, that's pretty big. That's a 55-gallon drum, and the pipe's bigger than that. So I'm gonna say it's about a 36-inch culvert pipe. So all this water runs down, and then there's a lake down there somewhere, which if, from what I've heard, there was one guy, it's actually, I think the guy that James got some of his old equipment from. He did all the grading out here, and so he actually dug a pond somewhere down there on that property where he could fill up his water trucks to do all the road grading and stuff in this whole valley, which is pretty cool. So all of the water ends up there at some point. And I've actually never been down there because there's a poison oak or poison ivy. And I don't really know what that looks like, so I don't want to go play with it. Alrighty, well, the sun is starting to go down a little bit here. We're doing a little cleanup. So Rhino dug this ditch a long time ago that kind of keeps the water from running near the guest house. And well, this tree actually burned up in the fire. This one, I think that one just died, but this one got burned up in the fire, and well, one of the last storms kind of knocked a bunch of the big old branches down. And these are probably 30-foot or so branches. I love this freaking Mini X because it can just pick up a couple of these at a time. And well, we're just putting them in a pile over there for now, so that way nothing's kind of clogging up this little ditch here that the water is going to kind of run that way and just get past both of the houses, because all of this side just kind of drains down this way, hits that, and then kind of moves out. But these dang pine cones are gonna make this super messy, so we're just gonna grab the big branches right now. Then later we'll come through with the brush cutter once everything's a little bit wetter, and we'll probably just chop up all these pine cones because there's a million of them. All right, I mean, like I said, look at that. Obviously, this branch is pretty dried out, but that's a big old branch there. No problem for the Mini X. Let's see if we can take 2 of these at once. Poor fence. Took a beating there. Let's see. We should be able to grab these 2. Oh yeah, easy day. All right, now we gotta track them way over here. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I know it wasn't the most exciting video, but it was just certain things we had to get done over here at the ranch, and those are finally checked off the list. Now we still have 8,000 more other things we gotta do. But with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com. I'm gonna give 10% off to everybody that is watching this video. Use code GOAT10 GOAT10, GOAT10. Everybody for the next 24 hours is gonna get 10% off, and I can feel the rain starting right now, so we gotta end this. Y'all are the best. I'm out. All right, y'all, before we end this video, oh man, it is raining a lot. Look at all that water coming down, and looks like fix number 1 is working well. All the water is getting out of here and off the road. Let's go to spot number 2. All right, this one worries me a little bit. It might wash away, but we can always fill that back in. But you can see the middle of the road here is kind of low, so without really cutting a groove all the way to the center, but then it's gonna make a dip, and I don't want people to have to hit a dip, but it's working, it's draining there. And then this one is usually the old Big Daddy-O over here that pools up right there. You can see it's kind of a low spot both ways there. And well, looks like we are working fantastically. The water's not moving too fast, which is good. That's what we want, but it's trickling down there to that culvert pipe to cross over. And let's see, how dirty is the truck? Not too bad, not too bad. God, I love this thing. Damn.